Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Industrial Faith. Welcome to episode 9 of Factorio 4X, your 15-minute Factorio fix. Now we've just, this is a journey together, I say. I have just finished solar and I'm looking at the red circuits and I realize I have to expand it. I'm not making enough red circuits. Luckily, the way I built the red circuits is actually pretty easy to expand it. And in fact, I'm going to, I think, end up building a total of 6 new machines. 6 new assemblers, I should say, which will give me, it will essentially increase my output by, I don't know, what would you call that? So, let's see, started out with 4 machines, and I built 6 new ones. I don't know. A lot. But it very easily, and the good thing is at some point, I'm going to start using, once science is to the point, again, where I have to go out and find it, I can start building productivity modules with the excess. And that's the plan. So again, I'm just watching the factory, kind of watching the throughput, seeing where things are going. As you can see, copper is just brutal. Or at least, I had to change the copper from pushing forward to now it's just running down the bus. And I think I built a very weird setup this way. Because I can, when I need to, I can change it. Now I've decided I'm going to build more solar and more accumulators. And I believe about now I put together a substation. Because that's the one part I'm missing. Oh, that's right. I'm practicing how to use landfill. I'm using the big landfills, which is essentially a 4x4 area. The individual landfills are a sort of a 1 square. Now there's sort of a distance you have to be. It's a little odd, but there's landfill works best at a certain distance. And if you can, once you figure that distance out, it makes things just ridiculously easy for landfill. And I really like landfill. In this episode, I block out a whole big area for a solar farm. I need more belt. Need more belt, Mr. Jones. Alright. So again, I'm trying to figure out the path, the pattern. Because what does a substation need? I'm trying to recall. I don't recall offhand. Obviously, it's red circuits and copper of some sort. Oh, isn't that pretty? There we go. Okay, so what else do I need for the substation? Again, I don't know the memory. Probably steel. Oh, there we go. Again, I don't know the recipes by heart, so I can't exactly repeat verbatim what the recipes are. So I kind of have to watch along with you and go, Now, again, I'm sure I mentioned it before. I'm sure the plastic, there's too much plastic. And here we go, substations. And these things build so bloody fast, it's not even funny. I mean, it's ridiculous how fast they build. I'm flabbergasted. So that thing will fill up in no time flat. So this is, I guess you could say I'm starting the expansion phase, starting to gear up for the expansion, for escaping the island. So here I'm looking, it's like, I'm not, so I need more light. I need I need more petroleum gas, and the way to do that is I need more light. I need to crack light oil, so to speak, I guess. It's the only way to put it. There you go. Landfill. Bang. So handy. It's right up there. I'm also using the long reach mod, which is a godsend. It's fantastic. I love it. Here's me working. It's interesting how many things in this game are a puzzle. Kind of have to put stuff together, do this, do that, do this, do that. And here's me, I can't walk between things, and it drives me nuts. There we go. Cranking right away. And I'm trying to... There we go. Another one. I was going to say, I don't think I connected the output on those machines yet. And there's really no race at this point to do that. Everything's going to work. Everything's going to be fine. Don't have to worry about it. Just connect it up and go. There you go. Now we're making a lot more petroleum gas. And that means our plastic will just go through the roof. It's going to be a good time. See, just cranking away. Plastic's good. I swear there was something else that used plastic, but I cannot remember for the life of me. So a little bit of light. Science. So here's me looking, making sure everything's running smooth. Now that we've got plastic, I can make more red circuits. It's all good. And I kind of had to cap it because it was eating. Those things eat resources like just nobody's business. Those things will eat green circuits like they're candy. So here again, looking at the throughput, trying to make sure everything's got a lot of throughput. So it looks like iron's set up. So I'm trying to see how it works. Yep. Because I want to make sure I'm pumping out steel. So I stopped feeding. Essentially what I was doing with the copper as well. Instead of feeding it halfway through, I'm just pouring it all into the steel. And yes, this is where I have fun because I'm like, I'm going to use electronic furnaces for these guys instead of coal. Again, that might have been a mistake. I don't know if the steel furnace is faster than the electric furnace. That's right, I'm not setting up steel furnace, I'm setting up electric furnaces. And here I'm looking at my science because these are eating up all the resources I need for blue science, so I have to kind of go away. So here we go. Here's me trying to figure out how it works. It's like, all right. So what I'm trying to do is I'm building a big solar place to put my solar energy. Landfill's fantastic. That's all I can say. Now there's another one that'll let you dig moats, which I think will be exciting because it's sort of an indestructible fence to keep the biters off your back. Again, so you can kind of using the. I don't know what's required to build the moat. To build the. I don't know what's required to build a moat per se. But I do know that it's. What am I looking for here? Oh, that's right. I had smart inserters in my inventory. So here I'm just kind of spacing it. Just to see how everything works. It's like, oh, okay, that's neat. Now, the only thing I can conclude based upon what I've done here is that solar cells and accumulators were meant to be put in a very specific pattern. You'll see it when I build it. Now I start goofing around. I'm trying to see. As you can see, there's a little overlap there, but it's one space of overlap. It's like it doesn't work, and everything gets kind of weird, and I'm just kind of. I don't like it. I don't like it. And now it doesn't overlap correctly. So I start messing around with other stuff like. I want to connect it in because I want to use the power. So. And a steel tool is really handy for getting rid of, for removing stuff. So I'm putting a light in because what I'm trying to do is trying to see what I can build. How big, because in order for the power to affect it, you only really need. Oh, I just saw something. You only really need like 1 square in the area of effect, and it's considered powered. So here I'm going to go get some accumulators. My inventory's full. Woe is me. And now I'm kind of testing accumulators, how they fit, and solar cells and so forth. And I think I saw this pattern somewhere. That's why I went, oh. So it's 16 solar cells per substation, and then it's 12 accumulators. And it makes a nice, neat little pattern, and everything repeats, and the substations all connect, and it's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, okay. Now I actually break down here and I build a piece of I build one of the steel wire poles, power poles, because I need to find out. Obviously, one of them is long enough that you don't have to leave an accumulator off like that, which is kind of silly. So there it is. That's the one I need right there. Now I'm using 18 megawatts, and my accumulators only have megajoules, which is, I think, smaller. I'm not an electrician. I'll have to look that up. Regardless, if it's smaller, because there's no way right now that my solar farm can even hope to compete with the could even hope to compete with what I'm building. Yeah, just it's there. It's help. That's all it is. It means things run better during the day, and at night I use coal. Yay! So more substations. Now what I'm going to have to do is, I obviously can't put a substation, or I can't place a substation next to my, what do you call it? My oil rig. That's in the way. But I need that oil. So I'm not exactly going to worry about it. It's just going to be like a hole. And maybe I'll just use that as a path, but now, one thing I don't know is, I don't know if the game is actually pulling pulling energy from my current power net, so to speak. I don't know if it's actually pulling from my oh, that's right, I'm building it because I want to start building up. So, building another farm, so, here it is, the beginning of my solar dominance. Doo-doo-doo. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter. And because I have long reach, I can fill in a lot of stuff. There's me misclicking. I'm cutting down trees. Trees behaving badly. There, I'm spacing it, measuring it. And I'm out of landfill. So I need to go get some more. And I realize I'm only making the little landfill, so I actually have to start making the big landfill in my inventory, I believe. Yeah, I'm just kind of watching. I'm like, yeah, there we go. Bigger landfill. And so here I'm looking what is going on. So this is where I start rebuilding the steel. Again, I don't need that coal. That coal can rot. There you go, a little power, and we're cranking with steel. I just kind of watch it for a little bit, see what's going on. And there's my solar, and I was like, why is my solar power going with? And I realized it's getting dark. The sun's not out. So what the solar power will help us do is we use a lot less energy during the day, and it'll actually help the coal won't. Here I need more input, just to keep the iron plate. So apparently I've stopped doing stuff. So I'm looking for science, see what I've got rolling. Oh, it looks like my red chip factories aren't making anything. So I'm just going to make more land. More accumulators. the last of my solar and the last of my accumulators, I think. I'm just putting it in there. It's like you're painting in MS Paint stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, wow, I totally missed that. Thanks for joining me for the latest episode of Factorio 4X, your 15-minute Fallout fix. I'm Industrial Faith. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Have a good night, and bye-bye.